What's weird about that is that even though I didn't add them, Patreon is still streaming. Hi, everyone else. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Substack. Hello, Twitch. Sorry that you are getting a slightly delayed version of this stream. I was like, why does something look wrong? And it's because I forgot to add all the sources to it. So TLDR, a lot of folks writing in about the tech tournament that we kicked off on the office hours this week. So we start with Stim. Hello, Stim. Stim says, it's interesting how regional the U.S. can be. I've mostly lived around the Midwest with a little bit of time in New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts area in the early 2000s, and I'd never heard of Computer City or Computer Land. Looks like the latter probably was mostly gone by my teenage years. I somehow missed Egghead entirely, and I was pretty online by the mid-90s, doing a large amount of online shopping, even by 1996 or 1997 at the likes of CD Baby, which became part of Amazon, since my college was pretty rural. Not to say any of these are necessarily bad choices. If they were huge elsewhere, they just weren't brands I was even familiar with, so they wouldn't have made my own list. Yeah, stuff is regional, but these were submitted by the audience. That's all I can say. And I think you know Best Buy, probably, right? So it's not like you didn't know any of them. There's always something in there that's going to be a little unknowable or unusual. Happy birthday, Nick with a C. Aw, 16th birthday again. So nice. Anyway, there you go. Stim says you all picked obscure. Texted. That's not what he said. That's not what he said at all. Bodie wrote in and said, I'm just now listening to your tech tourney submissions. I think an honorable mention should be pricewatch.com. Thank you for your attention to this important detail. Pricewatch. Yeah. Honorable mention. I mean, it's a tech store, I guess, technically speaking. So there you go. There you go, Stim. Do you know pricewatch.com? Craig, different Craig, not Craig, but Craig, Seapots, you might know him as, was asking Copilot about our tournament. We're doing the tournament on challenge.com. So if you actually want to get in on the voting for the tech store tournament, you can do so at challenge.com. I will share the screen for it. It is challenge.com/DTNS Tech Store, DTNS Tech Store. And I won't spoil who's winning, but there's the lineup. Best Buy, Tiger Direct in the first matchup. Circuit City head-to-head against CompUSA. Newegg versus Computer City. PC World against ThinkGeek. Fry's and CDW taking it on. If we can have CDW, we can have Pricewatch. Radio Shack and Computerland. Apple Store and Egghead. Micro Center and Babbage's. Those are the pairings. And so Seapots was asking Copilot about Challenge, and it gave him a summary of the current results and a lot of information about the tournament. I was trying to save the location of my favorites, but Copilot interrupted and wouldn't let me create a favorite. Craig's like, I just want you to bookmark it. It's like, well, let me tell you who's winning. Circuit City is defeating CompUSA. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, that's wild. Happy 174th birthday, Nick with a C. I take it back. I was wrong on the age. TJ Asher says, I missed the office hours where you mentioned the tech tournament. When I heard you mention tech tourney, a common abbreviation for tournament, my mind went immediately to some AI lawyer, a tech tourney, as opposed to an attorney. I was suitably confused for a minute when I heard store names mentioned. Have I just predicted the future? Huh? Well, I consulted my tech tourney, ChatGPT, and I would like a motion to dismiss. Joe Morrison says, if you like the way the tech tourney works out, I would like to suggest tech magazines / publications next. I would nominate Computer Shopper, Byte, 2600, and PC Mag as starters. He wrote out PC Magazine, but That's a great one. I love the tech publications one. We'll have to do a longer nomination process if we do magazines, because I want to get more ideas. This first one was kind of like just seat of the pants. So I just had people throw out names, and we're kind of seeing how the mechanics work, seeing how the machinery works. But yeah, I love a good publication. Popular Computing would be a good one. I think that's the only tech publication I have right here behind me. I thought I had more. Yeah. I thought I had other magazines over here, but I guess not. It's just popular. Just Popular Computing. Tom has had an item within reach 104 times. Howard says, I'm definitely on board with the superb owl. And last year I posted pictures of owls. It messed with my algorithm for about 2 months. So this year I only made one owl post. Gotta be careful. Oh, so you like owls? Says the algorithm. By the way, he didn't write algorithm, but I know he meant to. I get that sometimes where I'm like, do I want to post this? I actually think that algorithms are not as good as they once were because we're all aware of them. We are all moderating our behavior to some extent to affect the algorithm. There are things that people say, oh, I don't search that on Google. I go to incognito mode. Or I don't want to post that because I don't want a bunch of owl stuff showing up in my algorithm. So I don't think algorithms are as good at what they do as they used to be. Now, what's greater than algorithms is your large language model, Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, plugged into your email and calendar, because then it really knows you, but you're not as worried about it, I don't think. I mean, granted, a lot of you are very worried about AI and would never connect it to your email or calendar. I totally get that. But it's a different worry then, right? You're not worried that YouTube is going to start showing you things or showing you ads or whatever. It's more of a worry about like, oh, do I want to give this information to that company? But if you're not worried about giving the information to the company, it is keeping it siloed for you. Now, as OpenAI starts to put ads on its free and low priced feeds, you may start to wonder about that. But they say they're not sharing any of your conversation information, at least not yet. But I guess what I'm saying is you're not worried about the LLM suddenly giving you a bunch of owls because it knows so much about you. It knows like, oh, well, that's just for now. Like it's a smarter algorithm to know like, oh, Howard just posted an owl thing because it's superb owl. I'm not going to suddenly start giving him owl in his pulse. Osman wants to know why you don't like owls, Howard. What's wrong with your Google feed being overrun with owls? RW Dash responding to our Friday hangout with Scott Johnson. More Scott, please. Actually, more jury too. Kinda looks very good. Any live streaming for Across the Oceaners? Yes. In fact, Scott did mention that later in the show, probably after RW had already written this. There will be some kind of way to access the content. I don't want to say live stream because I think he's still trying to figure that out, but I think it'll probably be live. In fact, KT Data probably knows more about this than I do, but I know Scott on the Friday show was like, I don't know if it'll be free or if we'll have to charge a little bit for it, but there will be a way to access the video, and I'm assuming it will be live. And then RW wrote, and you have now answered the question. This is just so good, relaxing, and in-depth. Thank you. I'm glad you like the Hangouts. The Hangouts are great. And I had such a wonderful conversation with Scott on Friday. It was super fun. Regarding the Thursday Hangout topic about preparing for what happens to your accounts after you're gone, Kome wrote, "Hi, Tom and everyone. Thank you very much for the great discussion. I appreciate that everyone seemed to have given it some thought in advance and came prepared. I was particularly impressed by how Rob seems to have everything set up properly already. Second brain, online accounts and password, family trust. What else has he perfected the art of organizing? I really would like him to share his expertise on many other topics. I look forward to more talks and interviews with him. Please tell him thanks for me, Kome. And I will. That is fantastic. Oh, you're welcome, GPEG84. No problem. KT Data says yes for Nerdtacular. There will be a live stream of some sort, paid or free is still TBD. To be announced, to be decided. You pick your acronym. I do like that we have Owl along the Watchtower and Owl your base are belong to us. Keep the owl puns coming, folks. I'll be right behind you. Adam wrote, on Thursday's live show, you talked about Gizmo, a vibe coding site. Base 44 is similar for creating web-based applications. You prompt what you want, and the AI writes the code. The upper tier lets you create Apple and Google mobile apps. At my office, we used to have a physical book that employees would sign out when they went to a job site, client meeting, or other work-related event or PTO. With multiple offices and hybrid remote workers, the physical book wasn't practical. In Base 44, I made an electronic sign-out app that has features like recurring meeting, an all-day check rather than times, indicators for holidays, and birthdays. My coding skills are limited to very basic HTML, but Base 44 helped me create this app, and in a couple of hours. I went back and added features as we thought of new things. I'm not sponsored or anything. Just wanted to share a tool I use. Thank you, Adam. That's very nice. Oh, Zoe Brings Bacon wanted to mention that she said, I'll be going to Nerdtacular in July. I'll see you there. Let's see. We got Joe says, hi, Tom, Sarah, and Roger. I've been silently following since the Buzz Out Loud days. You don't have to be so quiet, Joe. It's okay. It's no problem. You have to be so silent. I would also like to echo a comment that I heard earlier. I love the addition of Rob Dunwood. What a great voice and personality. I've been in technology since the Card Punch COBOL program days. My daughter has followed in her father's footsteps and works as a developer for GitHub. Very proud of her. Anyway, her and two other developers host a weekly podcast called Overcommitted. I think there's another podcast with that name. It can be found at overcommitted.dev. I was wondering if you could give their podcast some love with a shout out. I know that the DTNS community is very supportive of their own. These are just young developers sharing their passion for their work. By the way, they didn't ask me to write you at all, just a proud father and a DTNS Patreon subscriber. Well, let's just head on over to overcommitted.dev and check out what these young folks are doing. Hey, check that out. Look at this. Overcommitted brings you software engineers who are genuinely passionate about their craft, discussing the technical decisions, learning strategies, and career challenges that matter. You can join the Discord server. You can check out the blog. These are the hosts, Jonathan, Eggyhead, Brittany, and Bethany. And look, they got a nice website here. Lots of cool guests. This is good. This is great. Thank you, Joe, for passing this along. I bet a lot of folks will find this to be of interest, relevant to their interests. So go check out Overcommitted, everybody, and let us know what you think. We'll pass it along to Joe. RW Nash had a suggestion for a location for the London meetup, Zoe. So if you missed it, I'll be headed to London and Munich in July. So this will be actually Nerdtacular. I said in July is in June. So this will be just after Nerdtacular. So let me make sure I get the date right. I don't want to say it and get everybody going, well, you said you'd be in London on this date and now you're. So I will be in London July 5th through the 8th. And we'll have a meetup sometime therein, likely not on the 7th. So keep that in mind. Anyway, I have a suggestion for a location for the London meetup. Central London Zone 1, so it's easy to get to. Nearest tube station is Leicester Square. Used to be the famous Marquee Club, who ran the Reading Rock Festival back in the 70s and 80s. It's now a Spoons, so everyone can get in. Cheap non-alcoholic drinks, alcoholic drinks, and food. Well, cheap for Central London. Lots of music memorabilia and fast Wi-Fi. The Montague Pike at Charing Cross Road. Also at 20 Greek Street. Westminster WC2H. Zoe says it sounds good. Nick with a C says, of course it's a spoons because it's R.W. Nash. And also just because everything is a spoons now. But yeah, I think that probably works. I know it's not got the most character necessarily, but it's got everything we need. Fast Wi-Fi, lots of space, all ages. And then, we could always try to adjourn somewhere else. Let me find out when we're actually going to do the meetup. And then if that location is logistically feasible, which I imagine it is, given its location, then we can take that as a tentative. Yes, and Zoe points out, if you don't know, spoons means Weatherspoons. Weatherspoons owns a bunch of pubs. It's a chain of sorts. Rob Bugs Life says, after Google Reader's death, I tried NewsBlur and it was great, but stagnated a bit. Then tried Feedly for a while, worked good, but then I found InnoReader and I liked it a lot and switched. It got me closest to how I like to use Reader, though I'm sure my preferences have evolved and InnoReader is what I still use. All right, let me see. You're not the first person to mention InnoReader. Build your own news feed, create an account. I'm going to have to go pop in here and take a look around. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. But if I can share feeds with other people, that's one of the big things we use Feedly for. Let's see in the features. Let me just follow websites, distribute. What is this? Oh, email API. I don't think that's what I need. Consume. Powerful automation. Don't need that. Full content. Summary. I don't need that. Article translations might not be bad. Custom dashboards. Offline reading. Let's see. Create monitoring feeds. Apply filters and rules. Subscribe, follow social media feeds and websites. Build a plan that suits your needs with our special add-ons. Request a quote. I mean, it's free, so I'll create an account and try it out. But I would like... Oh, okay. So they do 3-member teams. Here we go. If I wanted to have a 5-member team, it would cost me $75 a month. Which, honestly, you probably eyes are watering at that, but the Feedly is not that far off. I don't need team intelligence, I don't think, at least not now. All right. Nick with a C says, Weatherspoons is the Disney of pubs. Larry in Atlanta tried InnoReader, but didn't like it as much as Feedly. I'll give it a try, though. I like trying stuff. And then, as promised, pictures of Norm. So you may have been following the long thread of Norm and me emailing each other about confirming that we confirmed that something was confirmed. And then he said he was trying to remember when we first met up, found pics from 2014. So let's see. There's nothing in here. Yeah, I can show this page. That'll work. Wait, actually. Open link in new tab. That's safer. Oh, no, now it just downloaded them. It didn't actually open them in a tab. I'm trying to show this without showing you my email. All right. This will work. Let me make sure that I don't accidentally show my email some other way by closing my email. So I have to change what I share, but these are pictures of Norm from 2014. Here is Norm with Brian Brushwood. Yay. Ah, sweet summer child, Norm Physicus. If we all could be this young again. That's me. I don't remember that shirt. And that's Jenny Josephson, and that's Norm. Yay! This was in Austin. I remember this quite a bit. I don't remember the name of the bar, though, Nick. It had a Bitcoin machine downstairs. I remember that when we were up on the rooftop. Anybody remembers the name, let me know. But I'm blanking on it. Like I was blanking in the editor's desk about the Linux laptop that I had. Linux laptop vendors. I should have just done this when I was doing the editor's desk. System 76? No, it wasn't System 76, I don't think. System 76 is great. I think the company that I bought it from no longer makes laptops because I don't see it in any of these. Best Linux laptops in 2026 from ZDNet. There was someone asking about Linux in the editor's desk today. Lenovo ThinkPad T14. Lenovo's always made great laptops for Linux. Dell XPS 13. Nice. They've gotten really good at Linux-based laptops. And Acer Swift Edge. Do they give any others? Asus, Microsoft Surface. Yeah. They don't give any of the indie vendors in that ZDNet article. Finally, a laptop for Linux. Jenny is working, Larry. She's employed. She's an employed person at a regular old company. Yeah, she was on one of the shows talking about what she's up to now. I think in Experiment Week. So there you go. That is all of the mailbag. Mailbag is complete. Thank you, everyone.
Tom's got mail.
Yeah, by the way, Willie points out that Lenovo and Dell both are mainstream laptop manufacturers that can sell you a laptop with Linux pre-installed. In case you don't want to go to the trouble, you can just get it shipped with the Linux right on it, just like you would with Windows. So yeah, how many votes do we have these days? Let's see. Whoa, we got lots more votes than yesterday. A lot of people starting to pile in and vote. Best Buy kind of running away with it, which that's the way it, that's why they're the top seed. Fry's doing well. Radio Shack probably should have been a higher seed. They're doing great. Apple Store and Egghead. Apple Store and Egghead in a dead heat. Tough. If that ends up with even numbers of votes, we're going to have an issue. I might have to withdraw my vote. And that's a 3 seed versus the 14 seed. I misread. I had Apple Store seeded lower, and then I thought, nah, I'm seeding them too low. Well, there you go. Now, see, the closest matchup should be the 8th and the 9th seed, Circuit City and CompUSA. They're fairly close, but it's not like a dead heat like Apple Store and Egghead. Crazy. All right. Before we wrap up the mailbag today, it is time once again to pull something off my shelf and either get rid of it, sell it, or move it somewhere else. Got to declutter. Got to declutter this stuff. So I'm taking nominations. The Hogshead Brew mug could just, go in the kitchen and become a mug. The Daily Tech News Show mug. Rose from the Star Wars movie. We whittled down the cassettes last time. What's this bag? I don't know. Should this bag go away? Oh, this bag should definitely go away. I'll still take more nominations, but this bag goes with a book that's over there. So I should just put it over there. If you can lift the double dictionary, you can keep it there. I've pulled it off the shelf before. Oh, look, I lighted up the thing. See, I can lift it just fine. And it's not CG, it's real. It's not a green screen. I can't put it back. Oh, these lights are falling down. I see. Okay. What is the football? The football. I don't know. Oh, this football. It is a signed BC Lions football given to me by a, believe, Calgary fan who got it and brought it to me at TMS Vegas. Just remove the shelves. That's very meta. Meta would do that. Zuckerberg would do that. Football should stay, KT Data says. I'm open to anything else. Magandang Raymond! Good to see you. It's been a minute. Trying to pull something off the shelf to get rid of here. I feel like this could go. 10 years of Daily Tech News Show. This is our 10-year anniversary printout, which has like all of the names of backers on it. It's fantastic. This should be framed, honestly. I'm not getting rid of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just pulling it off the shelf because, oh, I froze for a second. It's got to be a book. What book? Oh yeah, the Dune Worm bookend. That's not going anywhere. Any programming book on the shelf that is more than 2 years old is already out of date and can be removed. They're all more than 2 years out of date. They're really there just for storage and decoration. C++ for Dummies, TI-99 4A sound and graphics, Smart Programming Guide for Sprites, VIC 1541 single drive floppy disk user manual. Yeah, these are decorative. I feel like the computer books belong in here. Some of these books don't. What is this? XKCD, that belongs. The AI Delusion by Gary Smith. Why we should not be intimidated into thinking that computers are infallible. When is this from? Oxford University Press, 2018. Huh. I feel like this might be outdated. It was probably pretty great in 2018. Or is it foreshadowing? All right, I'm going to pick a few books and then you can vote. Let me pick a couple other books. And I won't be getting rid of the books. I'd just be moving them out somewhere else. Okay. What's another one? Another one. Give me another one. No, I like all those. It's hard to decide. I got to keep that one. Oh yeah. Here we go. What is that? No, not that. Okay. These are books. Maybe they don't belong. Maybe they belong in another room on another shelf, but maybe they don't belong behind me. Beards of Our Forefathers by David Malky. The Wonder Mark comics. Fantastic comic. But when it's on the shelf, you can barely tell what it is, right? The AI Delusion by Gary Smith, 2018. Or this fantastic graphic novel by Bria Grant and Yishan Lee, Mary, The Adventures of Mary Shelley's great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter. All right, now that you have seen them all, once again, Mary, AI Delusion, and Beards of Our Forefathers. Please tell me which one doesn't stay. I've got one vote, two votes for the AI Delusion. Keep them coming. You got to get in the chat. Going once. There's a lot of lag, I know. Maybe that's it. Oh, Nick with a C for beards. 3 for AI. 3 to 2. Everybody's okay with Mary. All right. Yes, Osman. I'm picking tiny things to declutter. What of it? All right. So Mary stays. It's 3 to 2. 3 to 2. AI versus beards. Going once. Going twice. What will it be? Is it the thin book? Doesn't gain much room, but you also don't see it much. Or is it the AI delusion? Stealth Dave says go with AI. Save the beards. All right. Excellent choice, everyone. Beards of Our Forefathers stays on the shelf. Well done. Remove all the books and leave all the stuff. Interesting idea. Well, I think that's going to do it for the mailbag today, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. If you haven't already, go cast your vote in the tech tournament at challenge.com/DTNS Tech Store and get involved in the fun of the tech tournament. The winners of each one of these rounds will be determined on Monday, and then we'll have a second round, which will pit the winners against each other. That will be 4, and then it'll come down to 2, and then it'll come down to a champion tech store in 3 weeks. Anything else? Any other questions? Any other thoughts? Any other concerns? Any other things you wish to say before I go and start prepping for cord killers? Because that's what's coming up next for me on most of these Modern Rogue YouTube channels. Go check out Modern Rogue, and you will see me. Every time you say, yes, should I make another coffee now, Zoe? I say, yes, you should, and then I want to go make another coffee. But I can't eat the Girl Scout cookies with it this time because I already ate them earlier, and that would be too much. So yes, cord killers coming up in just about an hour from right now at the Modern Rogue YouTube channel or the Night Attack Twitch channel. And then tomorrow is Live With It. Of course, me and Sarah hosting Daily Tech News Show. You'll get that in your feeds. So go enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Please do. And go Olympics. We'll see you all later. Where's my music? Let me get to my music first. All right, there it is. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye. I can't go back. I don't know how it works.